Suffolk TV. We had a chance to stop by and talk to Carrie and Tim with Special Ops Survivors. How are you today?
We are well. How are you?
Doing so good.
Thank you.
Beautiful. It's a great day here in Tampa.
So tell me a little bit about Special Ops Survivors.
Special Ops Survivors is coming into its 15th year. Our mission is to embrace and empower the surviving spouses of fallen Special Operations personnel. And that covers all Special Operations personnel that are under U.S. SOCOM. So the Navy SEALs, Special Forces, etc. We cover everybody.
All four services and any of the supporters. So if you are a support personnel and you're assigned or attached to a Special Operations unit and you happen to make the final sacrifice, we will still support your spouse.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit of what kind of assistance that you bring.
Well, we have a twofold approach. So on the embrace and support side, we have conferences where we bring our survivors together so that they can have a community. We do life skill workshops. We do grief support. We also do outreaches throughout the year where they just get reminders on milestone moments, birthdays, anniversary of loss, but also, birthday of their hero, days that are difficult on our survivor. Every day post loss is going to be difficult, but there are certain days throughout the year that it's nice to know you're not alone. And then obviously we do the empowerment, we do college scholarships, we have emergency financial support for unexpected things. Things happen, and when you are a one-income household, things that aren't planned within your budget can sometimes weigh heavily. So we're there for whatever our survivors need, and we also do child care support. Because again, if you're a one-income household, so often childcare is so expensive that you're working to just pay childcare bills. So if you're going to school, if you're working, we offer support to help offset some of the expenses.
So you do a little bit of everything then.
We try to fill whatever void is necessary, and as new things come up, we have an incredible board of directors that are very focused on making sure our programs are very specific and serving the needs and filling a gap that may not be met.
That was really why it was started. Our founder, Nick Rocha, was an active duty SEAL, and he went on a mission and came back and was, sadly, one of his teammates had been killed. And so he went to talk to the wife and was asking questions about who takes care of her, who does this. Wasn't really satisfied with the answers, went back to his commanders and said, okay, we've got this woman, we've got this wife, who takes care of her, the children, what happens here? And there are a lot of organizations out there, and a lot of them are focused on the children, but if the children are 2 and the children don't get the money until they're 18 to go to college, that's a 16-year gap. Who steps in? So he stepped in 15 years ago and started the foundation, and he's still around today, and he's still passionate, and this is what our charter is, to get in there almost immediately and make that impact.
That is so inspiring. How can we get involved?
Well, first and foremost, we are entirely run by the generosity of our donors. We operate as a very small staff. We have 2 part-time staff members and 9 volunteer board members who are just the greatest. So we operate as minimally as we can possibly do so that as much support can be then transferred to our surviving spouses. So first and foremost, I would say any donation is impactful. Even just a $5 donation will sponsor an outreach for one of our survivors. So, it doesn't matter if it's a small amount or a large amount. Any amount that you can spare is greatly appreciated and makes a definite impact no matter what it is. So first and foremost, that would be answer number 1. We also have a volunteer program. We call it Team Special Ops Survivors, with the understanding that we're an incredibly small staff. I am our entire development department of 1, but we're a national organization. We serve 38 states, 2 countries, and it's completely impossible for one person to be able to be all over the country. So we said, how do we do this? It's through our volunteer network. And the way that the team program is set up is we have 2 branches of it. We have an endurance sports side and an outdoor sports side. So we've got a fishing team made up of special forces operators out of Bragg that do fishing tournaments for us and raise awareness. We have wonderful partnerships with Spartan Race and various other obstacle courses, and
No, I was just going to say, and that's how I've got involved.
Yeah.
My full-time job is I work for Spartan Race, and I see these guys on the course, and I wasn't sure what I was looking at, because when they show up in full gear and full kitted out, and they go to run. But you take a look at them, and you're thinking, well, that's not active duty guys. And you go over and you find out those are family members. Those are family members running in remembrance of their fallen warrior. And so you've got fathers and mothers and wives and children who are wearing all of this equipment and are climbing up ropes and going over walls and stuff. And they're out there, and obviously that's an impact when you see it, a visual impact, to get people involved. And that's how I got involved. I said, okay, if they can do that, what can I do for these guys?
No doubt.
And that's not to say that everybody that runs has to
No,
go
they don't.
fully kitted out.
No.
But what everybody that does run with within our Team Special Ops Survivors program is that everybody is assigned a hero. So whatever you're competing in, whether it's bowling or underwater basket weaving or a Spartan race, everyone is assigned a hero. And you're given a copy of a biography of them. You can always look up a military biography. These are written by their spouse. And so you run in memory of that hero, but you also run to honor the resiliency of that spouse. So it's personally impactful. You're able to talk with other people who are there, share the stories, share about the organization. So it's wonderful outreach. And people tend to be very generous with that. So we are very appreciative of it.
Kidding. That is so incredible. Do you have a website that we could go visit?
We do.
We sure do. It's specialopsurvivors.org, and we're also on all the social media channels. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and please do follow us on all of those. And so, yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Suffolk is definitely lucky to have you here, and we look forward to talking to you next year.
Great, we'll be back for sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Andrea.
All right.
Stay tuned for more on Suffolk TV.